there, beauts and beauties. Welcome back to Holistic YYC. My name is Janna and I'm here to help you live a kick-ass happy life naturally. So, have you ever been down the vitamin aisle, not sure what to get, maybe you're one of those people that's holding like all of the relics from like vitamin fads past in your kitchen cupboards and just collecting dust and haven't been used or even seen, or maybe they're in the back corner of where like, hello, I don't know what you're good for. I don't know why I bought you. So-and-so said to. Well, here, let's just get rid of all of that. And I'm gonna tell you my top 5 staple supplements to buy for the everyday Joe or Jane or Jill or whatever you're calling yourself these days. Here we go. Probiotics is number 1. By far my number 1. Supplements to take for everyday use. Now, most people these days suffer from some kind of digestive upset, whether that be bloating, gas, diarrhea, constipation, IBS, leaky gut syndrome. And generally it's gonna make you feel like crap, rightfully so, because your norepinephrine, your serotonin, and your dopamine are all actually made in your gut and then transported to your brain. So if there's any kind of an imbalance in there, that's going to affect food absorption. So probiotics, and including good friendly bacteria, is going to repopulate your gut bacteria. It's going to help with transit time. It's going to get the old crap out of there, figuratively and literally speaking, so then you can have a good balance of good and bad bacteria in your gut, because you do need a good balance of good and bad. The problem happens is when the bad bacteria overrides the good, and then, well, you've got issues. So probiotics, definitely number 1 to include. Number 2 is your omega-3s. Think about the Wizard of Oz when you're thinking about what omega-3s are good for as far as your health. So they're good for your heart, they're good for your brain, they're good for your mood, they're good for your memory, and they're good for your joints. So omega-3s have amazing anti-inflammatory properties. They also help reduce high triglycerides. They improve your mood, and they improve cognitive and brain function. The 2 main players that you want to look for when looking for omega-3s are DHA and EPA. Generally speaking, DHA is really good for the structure and EPA is really good for the function. So for children, pregnant women, and elderly, the structure of cells are super important. So you want to be buying a higher ratio of DHA, and for pretty much everybody else in between, we want higher amounts of EPA ratio. So usually about a 3-to-1. I'll make another video on what to look for omega-3s, but I do have an article on the Holistic YYC website, which I'll link below. And overall, really wonderful to include in your diet. Number 3 is your vitamin D. So Canadians are hugely vitamin D deficient. Now, what is vitamin D good for? Vitamin D acts very similar to a hormone than a vitamin because such a big impact on organs and organ systems throughout your body. Vitamin D is essential for activating and releasing serotonin and dopamine that we talked about earlier. So if we're vitamin D deficient, which a lot of Canadians are at certain points of the year, then we have a harder time activating and releasing those. So if you suffer from kind of like seasonal affective disorder or any kind of mood disorder and you have lower vitamin D issues, vitamin D is really good to supplement. Vitamin D also has a really strong influence on calcium absorption, which contributes to weight loss and management. So that brings us to number 4, calcium. Calcium is so important for weight management. In fact, if you have adequate levels of calcium within your bloodstream, you can increase your metabolism and body fat loss 30% more effectively than if you had lower blood calcium levels. What kind of things will strip away the calcium from our bones? Well, if you're a coffee or tea drinker, if you're a smoker, if you're a pop drinker, if you're a dairy drinker, dairy drinker, shocking. The highest consumers of dairy in the world, those countries also have the highest amount of osteoporosis in the world. Now, why is that? Milk has to be pasteurized and processed legally in most states in all of Canada. And so the pasteurization process strips away the calcium and vitamin D. So when you buy your milk, it's actually vitamin D and calcium are added back in. But they add back in a synthetic and a lower absorbent version of calcium. So next time that you go and you think that you're getting your calcium from your glass of milk, no, you're not. That's not true. You are actually better off having more calcium in a handful of almonds or sesame seeds than you will a glass of milk. So that brings us to number 5, vitamin C. Now, if you think you're getting enough vitamin C from the orange juice that you're drinking, definitely not. Definitely not. Again, the pasteurization and the processing of orange juice will strip away any of that vitamin C, and vitamins are very, very heat sensitive. So if they're heated, as pasteurization processes require to kill off any other bacteria or enzymes, then that's going to strip away any vitamin C. So vitamin C is needed for almost every single process in the body. Next to vitamin D is hugely utilized. It's important for skin health, for collagen formation. It helps with stress, it helps with tissue repair, and it's got amazing antioxidant, antiviral, antibacterial, and antiseptic properties to it as well. So if you've got bleeding gums, if you're stressed out, if your skin is a little bit dull, vitamin C is a wonderful addition to add into your supplement regime. Just be aware that you're not going to be getting that from your glass of orange juice. There you have it. There are my top 5 supplements for the everyday Joe or Jill. And I will create links at the bottom for products that I personally use and recommend to my clients. They're just ones that I do recommend. And I'll also link to the Holistic YYC website, where you can find more articles and buying tips the next time that you're in the vitamin aisle and you're looking for any of these products. Otherwise, that's it for me. You can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, and if you'd like me to do some more videos like this, give this video a big thumbs up and tappity tap tap that subscribe button, and I will be right back.